ready. And so pretty shortly, I tell you what, we are in for an opening game that would see lots of Ghanaian fans enjoying football to the fullest, because historically, this place, Cape Coast, is a birthplace of football. Back in 1903, that is when football started here, before moving all the way down to Accra and other parts of Ghana.
The razzmatazz, of course, of all these international matches. It all starts with the official flags of CAF and, of course, the UEFA flag as well.
So you are in to enjoy historical, personal and football context in the 2017 WAFU tournament. Emotions of football will be potentially given the full range in this particular tournament. And guess what? The Black Stars go ahead and they want to make sure they win against the Scorpions of the Gambia. But you just need to enjoy the football from Africa.
I know the benches look a little bit bleak over there, but let me tell you, it's exceptionally hot in the sun. So on this side of the ground where we are, under the shade, it's full. But on that side, it's a little bit difficult to actually sit out in that sun.
Because you obviously have the sun hitting you hard. One of the players are ready for action to start today. Emmanuel Lomote, player from the West African Football Academy, you call in there. And you can talk about Kwame Kizito, 7 goals for Accra Hearts of Oak. And that's the man, the big man, Joe Modu, the goalkeeper there for the Gambia.
The WAFU Zone B president and also
the WAFU Zone B president, together with top officials from the Ghanaian government, officials also here, the Minister for Youth and Sports in Ghana, Honorable Isaac Isiama, leading the delegation for the pleasantries, and obviously that's official way of welcoming the visitors to your home, isn't it, Barry?
It certainly is, and that's normally what happens. It's one unique situation you'll see in a moment that only happens currently in Africa, and that is when the national anthems are played. We have a situation where the teams are facing their flag, whereas you normally find in the rest of Europe and or the rest of the world, and also in FIFA events, the flag is at the side of the players, facing towards the crowd of the main stand. I'm actually more impressed with this. I think it's a great idea to actually, so the players can face the flag, sing their national anthem, and feel more and more part of it. That's the Minister, and behind him is Mr. Frank Rutten, who is the Vice President of Europe and Africa for Sport on Fox.
Great. And of course, you still have the WAFU executive, and of course there's some of the top players on football development in Africa also here to get the games going forward. Supporters Union, die-hard supporters, they also would obviously give you support anywhere whenever there's a big occasion in sport. There's going to be a message there from the President of the Ghana Football Association, Kwesi Nyantechi, who's also Vice President in FIFA as well. He's actually moved on. He's done a great job.
Hello, Honorable Minister for Youth and Sports, Honorable Isaac Isiama, the Executive Vice President of Fox International, Frank Rutten, the Omahini of Edna, the Queen Mother of Edna, distinguished invited guests, our dear sponsors, participating teams, our friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. We are very happy to have gathered here this afternoon to witness the opening of the 2017 WAFU Cup of Nations. This is the first time after 4 years we've been able to organize all the 16 countries to participate in this wonderful competition in Ghana. We are very grateful to our sponsors, Fox International, for making it possible. Let me also express our gratitude to the government of Ghana through the Honorable Minister for generously agreeing to host this competition in Ghana. I also want to welcome all of you, particularly the participating member associations, and wish you a very eventful and memorable competition in Ghana. I wish all of you good luck. Thank you very much.
We thank you very much. Now let's hear from Frank Rutten, first Vice President, Fox Africa.
À présent, on va suivre M. Frank Rutten, premier vice-président de Fox Africa. Thanks everyone for coming here to Cape Coast to witness this inaugural event to bring back the WAFU Cup of Nations here in Ghana. I wish all the participant teams an excellent tournament and may the best one win. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you very much. Now, the Minister for Youth and Sports, Honorable Isaac Esiama.
Thank you very much. Ministre des Sports du Ghana.
Nananom, Idinamahime, CAF Vice President, Mr. Kwesi Ntechi, first international rep here. On behalf of the government and people of Ghana, and on our behalf, I want to welcome everybody to the Republic of Ghana. Indeed, Ghana is proud and highly honored to host this very important international competition. This competition brings brothers and sisters from West Africa. We are one people with a common destiny. Ghana is indeed pleased to host this very important tournament. I urge officials to be fair in their dealings to ensure that a very successful tournament. I also want to urge all spectators to comport ourselves to ensure that at the end of the day, the best team wins. For me, all of us are winners. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now,
And so we're done with the speeches, and obviously going to need for the national anthems of both countries, Ghana and Gambia.
De la Gambie.
And we'll start with the anthem from Gambia.
and now, the national anthem of Ghana.
Et maintenant,
The Ghana's national anthem will play shortly.
Ghana.
So now you have the anthems of both sides played, and we head for a big game today. It's Ghana and Gambia for the first 2017 WAFU Nations Cup here at the Cape Coast Stadium. The fans really tripping into the stands to witness this only important game, but guess what? You have, let's check out the two sides, and Kwame Kizito there. Obviously, surprise call up from Maxwell Konedu to start this game. Of course, the man who was able to get the consolation goal for Ghana against Burkina Faso, Felix Ado, starting. But The man to look out for a police officer with the Ghana Police Service, spotted the 12th shirt, Samuel Safo, will be in to ensure that discipline is at the back there for Ghana. So the 4-4-2 is what Ghana is presenting today. And so officials would obviously get us ready for today's game. And we have Drago Boubacar from Burkina Faso, 38 years of age, was in Ghana back in 2014 when Kumasi Asante Kotoko played BYC of Liberia in the CAF Champions League game at the Babarawa Stadium in Kumasi. And so there's a 4-2-3 formation for the Gambia, and Korobali would obviously be in the defense with Mbaye Faye, but Paul Job will be leading the charges up front. Barry.
I must admit, I think it's a little bit heavy in the midfield for the Gambia, so I think they're probably shoring up, making sure that the Ghanaians don't get at them too early, and I think they probably want a lot of possession. That's maybe how they'll start up things, and hopefully we'll see a little bit of constructive football coming from the back from the Gambia, and hopefully from all of our point of view that we'll probably see some attacking movements. A lot of fast players in the Gambia, in the Ghanaian team, some sprinters who are sub-11, I'm told, so that's pretty good. That's pretty quick.
Well, what Maxwell Konedu is actually doing this time is just putting WAFU Komna, one of the skillful players in the Ghanaian league, on the bench. And of course Patrick Razako obviously want to run from the flanks and join the attack of Krehan Tufuk, and he's also not starting today's game, but there'll be a lot of talking points with the Gambian side, especially so when you look at what they are trying to present today. Surprisingly, a great side, but failed to qualify for the Chan tournament, maybe looking to make amends with the WAFU competition. Coach Maxwell Konedu really thinking there was not going to be a lot of pressure on him to win the WAFU competition, maybe to once again make Ghana proud, because defending champions, at least for now, the WAFU tournament back in 2013, 8 nations competed, and maybe this time there will be lots of accolades to be given out to players who perform here. So there's the man, Kwame Kizito, 7 goals for Hearts of Oak, and he's hoping to make sure he continues with that performance for the Black Stars in today's game.
I'm sure, like you, I'm really looking forward to this.
And so plenty of football to be played for here at the Cape Coast Stadium. Gambia in the all-red outfit, the Black Stars in white and black. You get to see how things will pan out for the two sides, trying to hold on tight to possession. Obviously, wouldn't be the best in terms of how to push the ball moving forward. Thomas Abe will love to move from the left side of attack and get to score goals. 13 goals he scored in the Ghanaian league. Kwame Kizito. And again, he has to be pushed away by Mendy St-Pierre. Back in midfield, there'll be a lot of action there. Isaac Chum here, the Intala Star, trying to keep the ball forward. The captain for the Black Stars, Amos Frimpong. Some of the tough players there for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Amos Frimpong sometimes plays at the left back or centre back. Gideon Waja pushing the ball to the left hand side. Possession won back by the Gambians. Again, calmly, he has to be down at the halfway line of the Black Stars. Samuel Safo, he wanted to put himself in any awkward position. And the first infringement to go to the advantage of the Black Stars, and that's Jame there, bringing down his man. Sure. Beautiful play, Gambia. Possession again to the Gambians, and we'll not to have some bit of space. Great opportunity again. It has to be cleared away by Samuel Safo, but that is a warning shot from Gambia. Barry.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I was watching the way they were putting that together, and it was a very interesting. They moved the ball out to the back to give themselves room to come forward quickly, and they came forward very, very quickly indeed. That's a warning, as you say, a warning shot for Ghana, that one.
Well, so that was the moment there as a foul committed midway. Of course, you're looking forward to a lot of traffic in midfield. Gambia setting themselves up so quick and very tight. They really want to lose that possession, and it makes it difficult for the Black Stars to keep the balls to the centre forwards. Kwame Kizito obviously will be the only person out there when the balls are whipped in. They expect to see more. Meantime, an injury concern to the Black Stars, and that should be a worry to Maxwell Konedu.
Yeah, I would. The way he actually hit the thigh, I would think there's a lot of the magic spray got to go on there and warm that up a bit. I think. Concern, I think, is the word on the face there. Concern.
Maxo Konedu. Well, so he's the head coach now, and the big man out there for the Black Stars. Musa Nuhu, centre back, and that's a foul.
If you look at that, the way it's actually a dead leg, isn't it? His knee has gone right into the thigh, basically, of the defender, and that is, if you played the game, you know exactly what that'll run off. It should run off, but it certainly is very painful.
Well, probably that could end his game, maybe. Depends on what the medical team do give out there to the coach.
Yeah, it's whether it was knee on knee or whether it was knee on thigh.
Oh, okay.
Knee on thigh, he'll run it off. Knee on knee could be dangerous.
Again, we still continuing with the Gambians giving possession. Neat and simple in midfield. Sometimes trying to make sure that the men operating from the flanks will definitely get possession and whip the ball deep inside the penalty box, and that's Sanuhu. The team doctor, Dr. Pambo, trying to ascertain the condition of the players. Amos Frimpong, now they lose possession, and Gambia would want to push the ball deep inside the half of Ghana. Lovely intercept, and of course you love to see them pushing forward. It's in a worry situation for the Black Stars in their own 18-yard box. Lovely here. Good time for Felix Sado. That would have been a shot play, and of course opportunity for Ghana. Ball whipped in, lovely. Kizito, and that is the first goal. Well, there was a bit of a push inside the penalty box, and so that won't count, even though the ball hit the back of the net though. But fans were hoping it would have counted, but what a run there from Felix Sado. Beautiful.
Great amount of pace there. He outstripped two players from the Gambia, and this one here looks inside to see where his partner in crime is, and a bit of pushing taking place, but I think very lucky to get away with that, to be honest with you. Didn't see too much on my side. We'll see it again in slow-mo. You just have a look again. Yeah, pushing. So obviously the man on the deck says, hey, enough of that. Let's have a free kick.
Yeah, so that one counts. Celebration shot lived though, but Kizito himself knew the referee had whistled against him. It was a push. It's only 5 minutes already played, and goal is allowed against Ghana. And again, I have to give a lot of credit there to Felix Sado with the run. Did a good job. It's a bit of a talk about what he's been able to produce for the national side. Well, again, Musa Nuhu giving the ball away lousily. Gambia nearly capitalized on that. Lucky to escape from that howler, Musa Nuhu. I've loved the way the Gambians have set themselves up in midfield, keeping and winning almost all the 50-50 balls, and Ado again trying to charge forward. And this time it won't be stopped beautifully by Mbaye Faye. It's been a fast-moving game between the two sides. Yeah, and Musa Nuhu is back in the game. Barry appears to be okay, and that's a little bit of a slip from him. Lucky to escape from the Joe Paumar couldn't get onto the ball quickly. Still can't continue on Musa Nuhu. You talked about the injury situation, and obviously it's a difficult moment for him.
You know, as we were saying earlier, if it was a thigh, he'd run it off, but it looks like it's a knee, so it must have been knee on knee, and that's a cartilage probably. You get a shake up of that bone. Even if you touch your knee right now, you'll feel there's just bone there, and that's bone on bone, and it's not an easy one. Just like that, there it is again. That's how it happened, and it just proves that the other man coming at you was a little bit more prepared for it than you were, and that's what happens to you. So it's going to be a substitution.
Well, so a substitution is done, as that's Vincent Atinga, the big man for Krahatafuk in the Ghanaian League. He scored 5 goals in the Ghanaian League as a centre-back, and we expect to see more from him in today's game. That's a foul. Just going against Sidibe Ibrahima. Gideon Waja. Great interception. He allowed the ball to the advantage of the Black Stars. He's trying to find a lot of space behind the centre-backs of the Gambia. The ball down to the left-hand side, brought back into play. And Thomas Abe couldn't get onto the ball. And Kurubali Salifu clears it away. And that's a very sad situation as a footballer when you have about 8 minutes into a game and you just can't continue. Should be a worrying situation for him. And of course, that's for every player. Great piece of football from the Black Stars, thinking the ball along themselves, and you expect to see a lot of attacking moves. And oftentimes the ball is sent back into the defenders. Now there's another ball towards the penalty box of the Gambia, back into the man Job Mudu. Kizito to chase this one. And now put himself in any awkward position there. Kurubali Salifu takes it out of play safely. Kamasabi. A lot of attacking and defending play there from the Gambia Barry, making things extremely difficult for the Black Stars to get a lot of space just in front of the 80-yard box, and yet another ball wasted. Gambia will have to push the ball forward, Barry. Anytime the balls are pushed towards Job, he's always seeing somebody behind him.
There's a big gap at the moment if you watch. The 2 strikers up front for the Gambia, and then you've got this incredible defence, probably 7 or 8 players going right back in defence, and then they come forward. But there's a big gap. It's like almost like the front runners of the Gambia are running away from the blokes who are trying to give them the ball, and so therefore they're ended up doing long balls, and this is not, I don't think, the way they want to continue this game. They want to get it on the deck, pass it around a bit more, and test the nerves of the Ghanaian side. They're playing at home and they are nervous. You can see it at the moment.
Yeah, they should be, because after going down to Burkina Faso, the Babaira Stadium, you expect to have a hostile reception for you, though. But maybe this time they probably want to change the script, and as they move forward, you expect to have more. There's a foul here. Sidibe Ibrahima spread down midway his own area, and so of course it's Felix Ado. He's actually played so well. Felix Ado in the Ghanaian League is one of the top players there for Mina Sharks, and he scored 3 goals and provided 2 assists. And that's the man for the Gambia. Omar Cisse spent most of his playing days in Slovenia and Switzerland. Played only 3 cups there for Gambia. He's also the head coach of the Gambian under-20 side, and is hoping to make sure at least the team is able to have a good impression in this year's WAFU tournament.
Well, in the first 10 minutes, they've certainly almost controlled the game, apart from the ball being in the back of the net from the Ghana side, and that's from a breakaway. I've been quite impressed with this Gambian team, I really have. They get the ball on the ground when they can, they defend well, they're tall, and they're quite strong as well. They're prepared to put it about a bit, so I think they really do, I think, cause a threat, I think, for this Ghanaian side. They must watch out, and they must get their nerves under control, Ghana.
So you just put it right, Barry. Obviously, you probably can't write any team off in this WAFU tournament. Every team that's coming in, obviously, has something to provide. And of course, you know that the Gambians would have this opportunity. Maybe the ball was trying to be whipped it down the left-hand side, and you expect to have Jame Adama following that up, but he stopped in his tracks because he couldn't get onto the ball. And of course, Silla was the one who provided that pass down to Adama. Gideon Waja. Now Tomasabi drifting deep to pick up the ball, now pushing down to the left-hand side. His back possession. Eden Waja, very stable midfielder there for WAFU. Kizito. Beautiful control coming in for Sisi Matara for the Gambia. Very confident on the ball anytime they're on the move, the Gambians. Beautiful ball towards the path of Job. And again, well calmly collected by the centre-backs of the Black Stars. And 13 minutes or so, and you probably are loving everything that you're seeing here in Cape Coast, Barry.
I am. The weather's very warm for us, and obviously sitting in the crowd, that's okay. But when you're out there playing, it's hot. It's hot. And that's perhaps why you're thinking, why isn't the pace in the game? The pace is not in the game at the moment because of the heat. They're just trying to control it a bit and trying to take, as this man is here, trying to control it both with his hands as well, which doesn't really count.
Well, it's the blind side of the assistant ref. But of course, the foul has been given. A very dangerous position for a goal to be scored, depending on how it is whipped in. And Gideon Waja obviously won't elect himself for this one. You have a little white shirt in the penalty box of the Gambia. Gideon Waja. Maybe a right-footed ball whipped in again, maybe. Fans already shouting for a goal. One disallowed. And then what will happen from Gideon Waja? There's a nervy moment if you're a centre-back in your penalty box and you wouldn't want to commit yourself, perhaps bring anybody down. Well, again, that's another ball, 4-1 from Waja. I was hoping I was just to lift that up on top of the defenders. They decided to go very low on that one, and the danger has been cleared.
Yeah, neither one thing or another, was it, that free kick? He had the whole pack of Ghanaians there waiting for the ball to come to them, and then plays it and drives it in low, not with pace. It doesn't have anything on it, not going to get a deflection. It didn't have any hope at all of doing anything with that free kick.
As a chum. Amos Frimpong. Looking for the run there of Ado. Oh, lovely here from Ado. Gets a corner kick, the first of it of the game, to the Black Stars. The Ghanaians are playing so well, but this man is simply unstoppable. Anytime he's on the move, you smell danger, and a very sad situation there for Musa Nuhu. 8 minutes and he was off. Quarter of an hour played already, and that's the first corner kick. Okay, you're looking at the players who probably want to move deep inside when the balls are whipped in. Well defended, beautiful. That's the best of strikes there from Isaac Chum.
But you never know what's going to happen when you take a shot like that outside the box, about 20 odd metres away. But he's just got to get his foot over the top of the ball and give it a go. That's what he did. You never know what's going to happen. There's really little he could do. The defence was coming out so quickly, you'd have had half your players offside. You might have just have a go at it.
But again, when the ball was whipped in from the corner of view, and Felix Sauder really has played so well so far. But you didn't see a lot of Ghanaian players in the 6-yard box, maybe pushing and shoving themselves, trying to make sure put a lot of pressure on the goalkeeper. Never happened. Oh, the referee obviously will have to give a foul here. Jame Adama, not injured.
There's a couple of players I've been interested in and watching for the both sides. I think Ado for the number 9 for Ghana, very impressive. He's very quick, very nimble, prepared to take a player on. I love to see that. And on the right-hand side for the Gambia at the back, I think Bojang has done very well. Big man, looks a bit cumbersome, but quite honestly, he's got a bit of power and he's got a little bit of pace, and he's not allowing too much happening to him from Kizito, because he's just not allowing him to come at him.
And that's exactly what he's been asked to do, because Kizito can obviously score anytime he has opportunity. Mendy with his free kick. Met the head of Vincent Atenga. He's always strong in the air. Now the attacking play of Ghana will have to come in here. Lovely move, and well, Felix was hoping the whistle will go in his favour, but the quick defending there from the Gambia. Just love the way the Black Stars are able to recover quickly and win back possession. Always looking forward to Aldo and trying to use his pace. And this time he was stopping his tracks there by Fire and Bite.
He's muttering and moaning at the touch man, the assistant referee, but at the end of the day, quite honestly, it was a professional tackle. He laid his body in front of the man. You can't get through him, you can't go around him. You tried, and it's not your fault. That's not good. That's never going to be a free kick. So stop moaning, get on with the game.
Yes, and so Max O'Connor, obviously we were telling the players, make sure you just keep yourself moving forward. We have got a lot of players from Rio de Banjul and Gambia part of this team, and they're really pushing forward. And Isaac Chum here, Kizito in an offside position, but able to get himself back. Isaac Chum, and another corner kick second to the Black Stars. Well, quick defending there from Sidibe Brema. The Ghanaians really piling a lot of pressure there on the Gambian side. They'll be looking forward to picking up a first goal here. The first game in the 2013 WAFU game, Ghana beat Sierra Leone by 4-1. They'll be looking to replicate the same performance here. But again, I think I'm missing an opportunity again, but possession won back by the men in black and white, Ghana. There's been a lot of expectation there from the Black Stars and the fans. We want to see if the team can get some bit of a good start. And yet to look at Nigeria, Senegal, all of them would have a lot of impression to give out to the spectators who will be watching their game. Somewhat sample. Another ball towards Felix Sado. Beautiful control from Felix Sado. Here's a mouthful for the centre-backs of the Gambia, isn't it, Barry?
Yeah, you see what they've done now? They've actually taken Sidibe inside and put Faye out towards him because he's a little quicker.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they've done. They've moved that, what would be the centre-back, into a left-back position because they know he's got some pace.
We're 20 minutes already. Well, the Ghanaians are looking forward to registering the first goal. But I didn't see much of in terms of the goal pound effort from the Gambians. They played most of the balls in the midfield. Gideon Waja with his free kick. Held it. And again, well defended. But again, Samasaf maybe. It came on from Emmanuel Lomote.
I was interested to see that because in the previous free kick from the same sort of area was the Lomote was jumping and I was impressed how high he got, and this time he laid him outside the box, outside the 16-yard area, and they just let the ball drop into him. He's obviously got a good control of that volley, but this time didn't keep it down.
A short while ago you saw the head coach of the Gambia, Cisse, yet again another ball towards Isaac Chum. Is able to win possession for Ghana. And again, this another ball in the heart of the Gambian defence. Poor control there from Lomote. Bit of a representation from the Ghanaian League, what the players have been able to put together in the performance. So oftentimes you expect the coaches to ensure that at least they get the best of players in the local league to augment the setup they have today. Well, that was the reason the Nigerian team had to delay in their coming, because then they were playing their final league matches.
It was ironic actually about Nigeria, which I only found out today, was the fact that they were in camp and they had all the players in camp. And what happened was on Tuesday or Wednesday during the week, apparently what happened was the club said, particularly those at the bottom of the league, I don't want to get relegated. I want my players back, please.
Okay,
and
so
that's what happened. So they took them out of camp, and they've missed their flights. They've done everything. So it's a bit traumatic for everybody who was involved in the organisation. Here's an opportunity.
Well, again, as we clear, the offside flag already went up. We're halfway through the first half already. No goal to either side. Except to have a ball inside the goal area of the Gambians, which was ruled for foul against Ghana.
So continue that story, we hope. And lots of following wind. There should be a plane arriving with the Nigerians tomorrow, or certainly by Monday morning latest.
Well, there should be jet lag coming to Ghana to play this competition anyway, but then you're looking forward to a wonderful session there with the Nigerian setup. You expect to have Ghana and Nigeria playing, maybe somewhere in the semi-finals, maybe. The session won beautifully there by the Gambians, and obviously want to have the ball straight inside the half of Ghana, along with it intercepting that one beautifully. And again, losing possession in midfield to Sisima, and again Ghana back. And Lomote here, Kizito. Listen down for Thomasabe. A little bit quiet in the game, Thomasabe. Maybe he's drifted deep into midfield. Mostly he's loved to operate from the left side of attack, and now he seems to be losing his place, and that's how come you're not seeing much of him, Thomasabe.
I think the reason why he's done that is he's had to drop back to fill that gap up, because obviously when the Gambia are breaking, they're breaking quickly, and they need a little bit more support in the midfield and in that centre circle area, and I think that's what they've done. They've dropped him back to cover that.
There's one player in the Ghanaian league that a lot of fans, especially for Hartford, they love to see him play, Thomasabe. He's already scored 12 goals in the Ghanaian league. Provided 4 assists. One of the goals he scored, I do remember pretty well, was against the Junior Stars. He took the chance pretty well, Thomasabe. Kizito. Felix. Again, his pace would have to count here. A bit of a tap into the ankle of Sidibe Brema. So that's a foul against him. There's been a little bit of a movement there for the big centre forward of the Gambia. Jilpa Umar. He hasn't seen much of the balls towards his area, so he has really not been able to shoot that goal yet. Jilpa Umar. Far side. Obviously expect to see more on the Emmanuel Ampia goes to ground. Oh, it's actually brought down by Boyan Hamidou, the right back. Much of a quiet afternoon for the players, even though they've been trying to make sure they're going to go. What I did see, Barry, was the two sides were trying to get at each other pretty hard the first 15 minutes of the game. They wanted to get the goal first, and then the Black Stars equally wanted to do the same, and now the tempo slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, I think the nerves of Gambia playing at home in the first game of this WAFU Cup of Nations, I think is probably just settling in a little bit. You can imagine the pressure that they've been under. The senior side has been, or the first team in the qualifiers for the World Cup and the CAF Championship, they've been a little bit ragged at times, and the pressure's been on them. So these youngsters are now flying the flag, and they must have been nervous.
They should be. But they're trying to do their best, though. That's a foul here. Kizito bringing down Mendy Saint-Pierre. Very good. Much you expect to have from the two sides. The Ghanaians have had to try their best to ensure that at least they want to put some bit of happiness to the Ghanaians. The Black Stars qualification to the Russia 2018 World Cup already hanging on a thin thread, and the team is hoping to maybe rewrite the script for the WAFU Championship. It was a host and win situation back in 2013, and there'll be expectation on this team as well to replicate the same performance. And the Gambia's charge forward, expecting to push the ball to the left-hand side, but again try to hold on tight to possession. Lovely from Senebon. Now they're supposed to have some bit of a diagonal ball down to the left-hand side, and just pushing the ball back into their own half. And again, the control from Sidibe Brahima, who was actually stopped there by Chum. At the back side, the Gambians really have to, the Blacks now sweat if they have to score a goal here. Not a walk in the park performance from any of the sides in this WAFU Championship. You expect to see more in terms of attacking play. Gideon Waja, Tomasabe bringing the ball down as far as Isaac Chum and Lomote. It was from Paul pushing the ball forward. Kizito on the run here. Kizito, and again, was a beautiful defending from Sanaban. And goes to ground for the free kick. It was flying by. He was actually doing so well. The centre half making sure that at least he wouldn't give Kizito any breathing space out in front of a goal. An opportunity. The Gambia right in front of the goal area of the Ghanaians. And only as far as Chum. Possession one back. Saniban, ball lifted deep inside, jump in there, and well defended by Atinga. Tomasabe. Emmanuel Ampia just trying to put himself in a very awkward position, but able to get it back to Tomasabe. Very calmly getting the ball out of any danger. Right.
Not linking well at the moment. If you look, there's two lots of players that are back in defence or they're up at the front. They need a couple of players in the midfield, and you made mention of Waja, yeah, and he needs to be that player. I think that needs to do a lot more work. Lomote, he seems to say, well, once I've done my defending, I'm going to go straight up the front, and he doesn't do the work in the midfield. I think that from a Ghanaian point of view, watch it now. If you look at this whole lot, there's a hole here in the screen. There's a hole, and that hole is now just, do we put the ball over the top like we did there, or do we actually try and play it through? You're not going to do that without a man in there, so some white shirts need to be in that midfield.
Well, that's the problem with the Ghanaian team, not being able to get the balls back into the men up front, and so making it difficult that Gideon Waja and Lomote are supposed to hold things in midfield. They haven't really been able to mop things up and have allowed the likes of Adama and Sisi Mata to take charge. Like I did say, a lot of space. As a Chum, he's only limited to the right-hand side of attack. Of course, he's been well held by Amos Trimpong. Chum, lovely ball. Kizito, beaten. Mata, Waja, Lomote, back to Gideon Waja. Now the Ghanaians trying to pick some passes together. And then ball straight to Trimpong, just going to get to it and eventually going to bring down Sidibe Brahima. More than 30 minutes already, and so no smiles on the face of any of the Ghanaians or the Gambians.
I've been impressed with a couple of players in the Ghanaian side. Toum, I've been impressed with his defending. He's going up and down the right-hand side, and he's in fact been a great help to Ado as well. And those two have combined well together. And they could torment this Gambian team at the back if they really thought about what they're doing. On the far side, there's on the left wing, I think that's been completely, I suppose, obliterated by Bojang's defending.
Yeah. And
he's not been able to do it. So if they get it out to the right-hand side, there could be an opportunity of actually teasing this left defence of the Gambia. But they've got to fill that hole up in the middle. It's absolutely vacant. There's not a white shirt in there. And that is a problem. That means they can only deliver a long ball.
Well, maybe what I'm anticipating probably when the coach decides to make any trick into the side, obviously have to look at Patrick Razak in. And probably want to use the players on the right-hand side and the right wing area. But so far, You just have Lumute and Waja to do that. Pia defending here. But I haven't really seen much of a run from Sila Gibril, apart from sometimes delivering some short passes deep inside the penalty box of the Ghanaians. They have to find space and they're just going deep in there. What a save there from Cole. Well, Joseph came in. Yet again, the reply wasn't well dealt with by the Ghanaians. The Gambians can sometimes be very dangerous when they want to.
Once again, the keeper, thank goodness for Ghana, was on the ball there, and Joseph Addo keeps that record intact.
Definitely.
Of having a
clean sheet for himself.
A clean sheet, yes, absolutely.
18 games in the local league in Ghana, having clean sheets. Good one for Joseph Addo. Really spent a lot of time in Ghana. Well, lovely here. But again, I think I would have to come in with a deception. But that's where nervy moments there for the Ghanaians. And of course, they want to push forward after getting back to Sershik. And Pia. Twists and turns, maybe. Kamasabi. A couple of left-footed players in the Ghanaian side, especially those playing on the wings. And again, they have to halt the attacking play, and that's pretty much a dangerous risk to take. So now a long one towards Kizito, flying up on offside.
Actually nice to see, isn't it, the stadium at the moment? Just looking out as I am across there, sunshine on the far side, very hot, and it's amazing how the stand on where we're sitting in the main stand is actually filling up as the shadows go round. The actual people start filling in where the shadows are. It's amazing, it really is. And I don't blame them, because it is hot out there, and we have to give that little bit of credit to the players as well.
Well, so they fans will love to be part of the WAFU competition, and time when they have to see what happens when Papa goes down. But again, if he had had a good touch on the ball and he had turned pretty well, I'm sure he would have had to come in pretty hard on Joseph Addo. He was defended there from Vincent Atinga. And Pa Umar Job is known as Droba in the Gambia. Felix Addo. And the poor ball there from Felix Addo. Was looking to pick up Isaac Chum. 10 minutes to win the game. And so far, the only counter perhaps shot at goal was the one that came in there from Kizito. But again, he has to, unfortunately, committed a foul in the 6-yard box with a show that was about to get the ball to hit the back of the net though, but the referee, Drago Boubacar, ruled that one as a foul. But impressed with the Gambia. And as a Chum, look at the sympathy of the assistant referee for a foul. Should be happy about that. Another opportunity there for the Ghanaians, and in front of the goal with the Gambians, and hoping to take full advantage. Isaac Chum was able to win possession, and eventually he was stripped there from the ball by Jami Adama. Well, I've been really seeing a lot of set pieces well taken by the Ghanaians when they have it, especially in the dangerous areas. And you expect to have some bit of a real expert taking those chances. What I anticipate right now, Barry, is to have Gideon Waja dropping the ball just behind the wall, and then of course you expect to see some bit of a scrabble for the ball maybe, and for him to find a way to deliver the ball in a very spectacular way. Oh, lovely. Well, the only block that came in, what the referee, but Lumute has been well dispossessed. Beautiful, isn't it, Barry? Felix Aldo here. Very skillful on the ball. Delivery there from Kizito to the far side. Well picked up by Thomas Sabi. Abi dropped the ball to Azajum. Beautiful control. Gideon Waja looking for the run there of Amos Frimpong. Beautiful pass. Oh, lovely opportunity there. Of course, a decent one. And Kwame Kizito, that was a moment he should have smiled.
Yeah, that was a moment of pure delight. Lovely football from the midfield. Saw the run, put it between the fullbacks here, and just picked out a man. Unfortunately, just a fraction behind him, so couldn't bring it back in. But a really nice piece of football. Best bit of football all day so far, and we had to go 35 minutes to get there.
Definitely, but that's a great delivery there from Amos Frimpong. Is noted for that there for Kumasi Asante Kodoko. And Kizito, well, link-up play was beautiful. Just that the connection wasn't the best. Waja, lovely one. And the goal had to come in here, but of course, Felix Aldo hit no one wide. Two clear opportunities to the Ghanaians, and they are flogged off. When will they have that again? But again, another great piece of football. Gideon Waja, look at the run. He just definitely got himself in a very good position. Again, you have to talk about the level of a block that had to come in from the big centre-back. And that came in from far and by. Maybe worried him a little bit in terms of what to do. The decision had to be taken on that one.
He's actually leaning back. When he hits the ball, he's leaning back. It probably can only go one way, and that's over the top, because he was leaning back when he took the ball. However, he did see the big man coming at him, and he only collided after he'd hit the ball. So at the end of the day, it wasn't anything. He can roll over as many times as he likes, but it was not a penalty.
No, absolutely not. Kizito again, just couldn't control this one. It'll be a huge light there for the Gambians if they're able to keep the scoreline remaining the way it is at the moment. Still goalless. But actually about the Gambians is they've always allowed the centre forward Joe Umar just to remain where it is, and they have lots of players in midfield. So you have 5 players holding on to the ball in midfield and making it extremely difficult. But oftentimes you do have some bit of a, some concentration there from the defenders or the midfielders of the Gambian. So that is when you have Kizito and Felix get the opportunity to run behind the centre backs and also get some shot and goal. But I just love this setup, well defending and offers control in the midfield. That's it. So they have lots and lots of players behind the ball in midfield, Barry.
Yeah, they've got a normal sort of central 3 that they run with, and then in front of them is another 4, and either 2 of those drop back and 1 stays on, 2 stay up, or they all drop back at the moment. They just become carpet defence, and they do very well if you look at it, what they're doing. 3 normal at the back, you can see them now, the ball goes forward, and then the other 3 just drop back and fill the spaces. It's very, very well planned, this defence.
And that is the reason the scoreline still remains goalless. Doing their best, the Ghanaians trying to hit behind the Gambians. That's not working for them, and it's again Felix Aldo bringing his man down, obviously. Bring him out to Stevie. Well, not in a hurry at all to maybe get the balls behind the back 4 of the Ghanaian defence. The Gambians, they know what you're doing. Get the game and the scoreline remaining the way it is. We come back in the second half maybe with a different tactics, depending on what the coach has been able to put together.
And probably what he's been watching, because Cisse and Mehdi, they're the 2 players I'm watching for the Gambia. They're the ones that are moving backwards and forwards, up and down, work rate very, very high. And then you've got Sana and Sila, who are actually the other two players are actually, although they're going up and down, they're not going as far, and they're leaving themselves in the midfield for that ball that comes out quickly, defends, pushes to them, turn and run. And that's what is deep at the moment. There's a huge gap in the middle by Ghana. They just leave it. 4 at the back, and we're the rest. They're all up front. There's no one coming to the player and saying, give it to me, I want to do something with it.
Well, that's the situation, and that is our story there for the Ghanaians, because I'm expecting to have a lot of run within the centre of midfield, and you're not getting much of it, because when you lose possession, you just have Papa Job just taking the ball deep in there. So that becomes another issue for Coach Maxwell to deal with in the second half. Yet again, another lovely ball. He must repomp late, commit to foul. That could be hugely dangerous there for the goalkeeper, Modu.
Yeah, not easy. I don't think he's really clattered him too badly, but it is a dangerous. It just goes to prove just how brave you've got to be as a keeper. Down he goes, but he actually just bowls him over. If anything at all, apart from hitting his head, which he has done, he's actually, his knees are down. They're the ones you've got to worry about when you come back on your knees, and you actually can pull cartilages and all sorts of things. So, yes, he might have got hit on the head. If they rub his head, I'll be happy. If they rub his knee, I'm not going to be too happy. He's sore.
Well, so I'm sure not much of an injury situation there for goalkeeper Joe. So those are moments there for him.
So it is his knee, and that's what can happen, because you're kneeling. If you imagine yourself kneeling and somebody now pushing you backwards from the shoulders back, that is sore, because you're stretching every one of your tendons and sinews in your leg, and that can be very, very sore.
Well, so much of a situation for the Gambians.
There it is. It's a leg that goes back. You see it goes underneath. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. All footballers, all sportsmen don't like to have. Believe you me, it's the one that can cause you life-threatening injuries. When I say life-threatening, I mean game-playing time. It can be a problem for you. And it's one of the ones you just don't want to have. Well, what an interesting game we've seen so far. You think 44 minutes on the clock. We've got a couple of minutes extra, I'm sure, that we'll have overtime with the referee's option time. But it's been a fascinating game. Ghana started off very, very nervously, I thought, and didn't really take control of the match. It's their home ground, their home occasion, and the home crowd, and they were nervous, no doubt about that. Definitely. After about 15 minutes, they had the ball in the back of the net. After about 6, but it was ruled as a foul. But at the end of the time, there's been nothing really happening on the field other than the fact Gambia must be getting more and more confident.
I was just about asking, Barry, if you're playing your first game, an opening game, and it's 45 minutes and no goal, what goes through your mind?
I think I'd be looking forward to getting into half-time. I want some instruction. I want to know what the coach is thinking, because I'm out there playing and I'm saying to myself, I don't know what to do next. I think I've got my position sewn up. I think I'm happy where I am, but is the coach happy with me? Can I do more? Will he let me off the hook? Will he say go forward? Will he say join the defence? Will he say join up? There's a lot of things that can be done there. It's up to the coach now to reinvent the game of football for Ghana.
Well, so those will be the thoughts of perhaps going through the minds of the players. So we are doing 3 minutes of added on time, and maybe something would have to happen depending on how you take the 3 minutes. Lomote. And a huge clearance from Sidibe for the half of the Black Stars. Or the Ghanaians had set up base camp for the Gambian half, but still couldn't go around their defence. A lot of an impressive work for the Gambians. Obviously would have to talk about the fact that they have a lot of men behind the ball in midfield, and it has been extremely difficult for the Ghanaians to really get the balls behind the centre backs. There have been times they do, maybe twice or thrice, and that hasn't been that productive. And Chum switching play down to the far left. He moved from the right hand side to the left and hoping to link up play with Thomas Abe. Abe with the ball now. Pia to Thomas Abe. Full-time challenge anyway, but the ref feels that one to be a legal one. And the Gambia. And Joe Bumar down. Free kick. Quickly taken. Matara. One towards Joe Omar. Beautiful interception. And again, quick recovery from Gideon Waja. Josefado. Back to Gideon Waja. Beautiful control. Amos Frimpong. Felix Sado. Obviously want to use his pace on the flanks and trying to do that to commit a foul. Yet to see a player cautioned by referee Boubacar Omar. Well, that's maybe it's at a decent game, isn't it? And that's a foul there from Felix Sado. No cautioning from him. Ojago Boubacar from Burkina Faso. A bit of unfriendly nature there from the players.
Yeah, a little bit of handbags, wasn't there really? That's all. There was nothing in that. Just one player decided he didn't want the game to start too quickly, and the other one wanted to start quickly. That's what happens.
One another ball. Now on behalf of the Ghanaians, well cleared by Samuel Safo. Felix Sado. It was Frimpong. Gideon Waja failing to get to the ball quickly. And again, the recovery from the Ghanaians. Swift and beautiful. Link-up play here. It is Chung trying to find Felix. He does find him offside.
You know, that's one of the things I really get irritated with players. You're looking right across the line. You actually are looking at the ball that's going to come to you and looking straight down the line, and you get yourself offside. That is true.
And again, you're looking at the line. The barrier looks a bit tight there. Well, so it has come to a halt here. The first 45 minutes of the opening game between Ghana and Gambia. Not much in terms of attacking play. Maybe from the Ghanaian side twice or thrice they come close to scoring. The only time they hit the ball into the net was when Kwame Kizito hit it with his shoulder. But again, he had committed a foul before. And so the referee had to whistle for an infringement. Half-time score, Ghana 0, Gambia 0.
Header and one where he took a shot and went over the bar. If it only got himself, he was reaching too far forward. That was the problem with that. All in all, that's excited. The boys say, "What? Let's get on with it." Almost basketball style there for a moment, wasn't it?
Well, trying to get themselves well motivated for the game, and that's exactly what you expect from the two sides. Maybe they want to have more goals. Kizito is the man you just talked about.
Yeah, he's the fella that at the end of the day could easily put Ghana 2-0 up, there's no doubt. And of course the one with his shoulder where he pushed early on after 5 minutes. But there was a little period between 30 and 40 minutes where I thought Ghana was starting to control the game in the first half. Anyway, here's the referee, and he's going to take us away for the second half.
And it does start exactly where Ghana obviously would have to push the ball deep inside the half of the Gambia. Amos Frimpong, the long ball. So the half of the Gambia again. Nobody there to connect. What you don't want to have is for this game to go through the wire while you play penalty shootout if it remains goalless. And that's obviously the rule set up for the competition, isn't it, Barry?
Yes, it is. After 90 minutes, if there's no extra time. So it's straight from 90 minutes. If the match is drawn at 90 minutes, we go straight into penalties. Sudden death, suddenly.
So that's the rule for the tournament. That's the 2017 WAFU Cup of Nations. Very quiet moment there for both sides, looking to unlock each other in defense. I see plenty of balls swooped inside the back four, but let's see a lot of opportunities. Well connected. Mata. Kizito looking to use his space, and of course he's been able to win back possession for Ghana. Felix Sado trying to move the ball to the right and then shoots, but that didn't work out for him. Chum taking on his feet there. And again, the Gambians are looking to defend so well. Possession back to the Ghanaians. And again, calmly. Just actually cleared away beautifully. Much of a very hurriedly movement from the teams playing here. The Gambians came to this competition after losing down to Mali in the Chad qualifiers, and obviously are ready to lose the first game in this WAFU Cup of Nations. Pia, see, Skin as a left back, and he's really stayed in his tracks, not really able to join the attacking play of the Black Stars. Job and Vincent, I think, are struggling to win possession, but I think that gets the better of Job. Trying to move forward from their own penalty area. The Ghanaians, they must Pong on the right, and obviously looking to let the ball dip inside. Tactically, perhaps you expect to have the Ghanaians closing down the midfield area, and of course a little bit of a slip there from Pia, but the Ghanaians are struggling to whip that possession, and Thomas Abe going to ground quickly. Opportunity for the Gambians to break. The ball inside the half of Ghana. They somewhat suffer with the clearance. Thomas Abe. Beautiful pass there to Isaac Chum. Chum looking to pass Felix in the box. Felix! Oh, lovely defensive work from the Gambia. Wow, what an opportunity. Mbaye Faye doing so well to get the ball off the feet of Felix Sando. He should have connected when he got deep inside the 6-yard box, and he delayed and by a beautiful interception.
Yeah, that was really closed down very quickly. In fact, an opportunity yet again there for Ghana to put themselves ahead in this first match in the WAFU Cup of Nations. This is the moment, a little bit too far. You watch, that is an incredibly controlled tackle. The reason being, one mistake is a penalty, and that is well controlled. Gets the ball, slides in. That's a very, very good piece of defending.
Well, lovely. You can actually look at this over and over again, and that's an experience about getting the ball off the feet of the opponent. Mbaye Faye, 18 years of age, playing the club football for Rio de Banjul. I expect to have him continue with that performance. What an opportunity it was for Felix Sado to connect for the first goal. You hardly will get all these chances coming your way if you don't really take them when you have it. Just imagine how the shot will be when the ball hit the back of the net. And again, Mado again goes to ground, free kick, opportunity to Ghana. Of Korobani Salifu have also played a part for the Gambia, really taking the opportunity, and the shot comes in, and well, it took the big centre back there, Samuel Safo, to try from afar. Look at that again, beautiful, but just wide.
Yeah, but he hits it well. That's the important thing, and he's prepared to take that chance, and you need that because they're not getting close enough to take the opportunities that they're having up front. You might as well have a bash yourself, and he hit that well. Hit it really clean. I think the keeper would have had it, no worry. It right sort of height for him, but it still was a chance, an opportunity to take, and he took it. Well done.
Well, it's so hard to take a defender to make sure at least he gets the strikers to do what they have failed to do over the past couple of minutes since the second half started. Pia. We're trying to advertise a long throw deep inside the 18-yard box over the Gambia. That's Matar with the clearance here. Good play here, and a lovely break from the Gambians. An opportunity for them to get maybe a goal. A shot for penalty there from the Gambians. Referee Mudraga Bakar will have none of that. And again, it was Jame Adama with that chance, maybe strike, and he decided to cut back, and he slipped on occasion, but was hoping the referee would whistle in his favour. Well, there's been that opportunity.
Yeah, I think that was in desperation, wasn't it? Trying to see if he could con the referee there somewhat, but he didn't. And referee Bakara was having none of that, as you quite rightly said. However, it does prove that they can break very, very quickly. And that's one of the things the Ghanaian full-backs and the defence have got to be prepared for.
Pierre loudly gives the ball away, and Mata pulled back. The first yellow card of the game will be flashed to Pierre. And again, a lousy way of defending. He had the opportunity to get the ball to the centre forward, and look at that, deliberate. Well, spot-on decision from referee Drago Boubacar from Burkina Faso. And that gives the Gambians a chance here with a free kick. A very dangerous position. To have Sila Jibril behind the ball. It's a little of a rush shot in the 18-yard box, and that's a confirmation of the card there to Emmanuel Ampia. He's meant to have the ball work held over the wall and hit the roof of the goalpost. Sent into the far side and well collected by goalkeeper Joseph Fardo. He's been very resolute and resilient in the post there for Ghana, but in any desperate moment for himself. It was Kenny Azakis at the point moved to Marcia Sante Kotoko, and then he found his way to Gianna Stars. National asset back in 2005. He had a 17 side Gisafado. Very experienced. Somewhat Safo. Just moved deep inside the midfield area, allowing Atenga to be the only centre back, and he has two players to deal with, Atenga. And again, wouldn't want to put himself in any dangerous and unnecessary position. Good decision. Yeah, the ball up to the man in red. Silla tries the attack and looking to get this cross deep inside. A lovely play there from the Gambians. Jima Dama also in there, the flag up for an offside against the big man Joe Pa Omar.
Well, the first 10 minutes of the second half, both sides look more urgent, don't they? They've come back out, obviously had a little instruction from their coaches. Come on, let's get amongst each other and see what you can do, because both sides are going to make mistakes here. The way they're slipping on the field, the way they're actually not controlling the ball as well as they would perhaps like to be. So there will be, I think, a mistake or two. They give the ball away too easily to one another. So both sides, it's whoever makes less mistakes could win the game.
Well, the first change of the game would have to come in here for the Ghanaians, where Gideon Waja makes way for Patrick Razak. What I'm trying to see here is the fact that Patrick Razak will quickly have to move to the right wing of attack because he's very pacey. And structure the ball since coming on Patrick Razak, and Lomote would have to sit deep. And Isaac Cho would have to go a little bit further up to join the centre forwards. Felix trying to bring back ball into play. And again, it's in by 5, very strong. So we're going to have a little bit of agency in the play of the Ghanaians with Patrick Razak coming in. We'll love to see his pace on the right wing.
Yeah, I think we had Waja, who was he had a maybe out of the, he was not in the game at all in the first half, and we thought, was there a slight niggle or an injury on him? And maybe there was, and they wanted to give him 10 more minutes and let's see what happens in the second half. But he certainly hasn't been in this game.
Well, decision going the other way. Max O'Connor trying to make sure at least he's able to get the goal in the second half. Maybe not ready for the penalty shootout if the corner remains goalless. Again, the set-up from Omar Sisi has been brilliant. I understand the reason the Gambians are still keeping him as the head coach of the under-20 side. Vincent Tatinga. Felix Nardo looking to pick up the run of Patrick Razak Filia. And of course, ball given cheaply to Matar. It was only to pick up his teammates on a bun. Goes to ground. For control there from the Gambians, and obviously it is from Chama Adama. Kame Kizito. You have to push deeper to get a pass. And I'll have to slip back into his attacking role. Isaac Chum. Chum again. Really loading it back to Tomasami again. That's unfortunate. Back heel didn't work out for him. Well, a lot of a complaint about the Ghanaian setup, and that Silla pushed down by Isaac Chum. We're just talking about the fact that the Ghanaian side failure to qualify for CHAN was because they were moving in and out of national camp to join other teams outside Ghana. They had the goalkeeper Razak Abalora from Waja, and that's the WAFU side moving straight to Tanzania. And of course, other players also leaving the shores of the country when they were called up for national duty. So depleting the side and eventually changing the shape, and the shot coming in from Sanaban is going wide.
So the players there from Guinea-Bissau enjoying the sun, or the shade maybe at the moment, just watching what's going on. So I'm sure they're saying maybe this is the competition we've got to face at later stage in the tournament.
Just enjoying the opponents, maybe meeting them depending on their results that have to happen. Ampia. That's a foul. Sanaban who went in. The Gambian side obviously have played so well and they defended. Felix Nardo again, he's just been tormenting the defense of the Gambia. Sanaban commits a foul. A bit of a closer to the 18-yard box. Patrick Razak has a few more behind the ball here to decide on what to do. And now Lomote equally was around. You're thinking they have to dig the ball over the wall. Thinking to do on situations like this. There'll be a lot of movement in there. Tomasabe also deciding to join the play, and again just hitting the crossbar. They're back into play. And again, the best of our delivery so far from a set piece is this one. Ball put in again. And there's still a lot of movement and It's going to be a corner kick. Well, the ball there from Azuchum. The goalkeeper has completely been for the crossbar. Would have been a different story here. And there you have it. Corner kick well taken by Patrick Razak, eventually resulting into nothing. But what do you make of the set piece well taken there by Azuchum? Just for the crossbar, nearly. Let's look at it again. Now the ball up to far corner, looking for a bit of a touch or perhaps a connection, which never worked out. Thomas Harvey. Once again, he has to drift deep up to get the opportunity to move forward. Felixado. Again, he has been one of the players doing his best to get Ghana forward. And that's an incredible display from him. When he goes down, there's an injury problem, maybe.
Just analysing what I can the last 10 minutes or so we've had of this match. I think we're watching a little bit more of the Ghanaian flair of stringing passes together, and this is beginning to show, and it's stretching the Gambian defence and the midfield in particular. I'm glad to see that Coach Komade, he actually has already filled that gap we mentioned in the first half. He's filled that up, and I think also Razak coming into that position, being the substitute for Wadja, I think that's helped as well. But Lotame, I want to see more aggression from him. He's a big man, he's a big tall fellow, and he can just get right above this defence. So float them in, let him have a go, because I put him up front a little bit more. I wouldn't have Addo. I'd move Addo out of the forward. I'd leave Casito and Lomate, and I think those two-pronged attack up front could cause havoc in this Gambian defence.
So the Mendy would have to be stretched up, maybe pick up an injury where he would have to need further treatment, and it's been a very quiet afternoon maybe for Mendy, though a couple of times he's been trying to join the attack. But sometimes you're thinking a showing a packed performance for Ghana against Gambia maybe. Probably thought wrong, because the Gambians are getting a real good account of themselves. And that's perhaps the headache to most of the Ghanaian fans watching this game. That set piece, well delivered inside the box, and again he has been defended back by Salifu. Already out of the line and kind of quickly trying to deal with this one. Kizito. Again, a bit of an elaboration on his part in Ghana, who lose possession. Sanaban, very kind of born player in Gambia. They're so quick on the ball, and sometimes when they lose possession, put pressure on the defense of the Gambia. Patrick Razak. Again, Razak trying to cut deep. He's going to work hard, and Lomate with a strike, and Ghana still piling pressure here on the Gambia. May have picked up an ankle injury, perhaps. Oh, that hurt.
Yeah, totally unintentional, wasn't it? Ball's just gone by, he's flicking the ball out, and he puts his foot underneath his foot. Well, what can you say? It's unintentional, but jolly painful, no doubt about that.
Imagine the agony is going through at the moment. Oftentimes when players do pick up ankle injuries, it becomes extremely difficult for them.
I think what actually happens is we get a lot of it in Africa because of the hard surfaces. So when you put your foot down, they slide. They don't actually get traction that they normally would do in a European or South American pitch. So what actually happens is, because you don't get that, your foot slides almost underneath the tackler, and then your ankle is exposed so much. And this actually is a painful injury. It really is. Sometimes you find in injuries like this that they'll come back on the coach. Have a look at this. It's not intent. Look, in it goes. Oh, that is painful.
Very.
I can feel it here. I can feel it here. That's sore. That is sore.
And the expression on his face eventually tells everything. And he needs further treatment.
I think some of that spray might help. You know, that one that numbs everything. They were.
But obviously get back the pain that just after a couple of minutes, maybe after the game.
Yeah, no, you'd probably rest that, and a lot of ice, I would suggest, would be the answer to that. A lot of ice.
Opportunity missed again. Gambia desperately trying to get the ball out of the danger zone. Well, that wouldn't be a call for a penalty here for Felix, although he's been working his socks off this game. He's put a lot of pressure on the back four of the Gambia. But so far, he's been empty in terms of his strike at goal. Look at this again. He thought him by, maybe I'd pull him back a little bit. To Masabi. Quickly taking the free kick. Here was Frimpong. Razak back to Amos Frimpong. Lovely ball in, but straight to goalkeeper Job Modu. Great run there from Patrick Razak. I always talk about his runs. And desperate clearance from the Gambia gets corner, a corner kick. And that coming from Baye Faye. Again, looking forward to a goal here. He wouldn't want to go through that agony of penalty shootout in the game, the first game of a tournament. And straight to the waiting arms of goalkeeper Job Modu. And the best of deliveries there from Patrick Razak. Well, Razak has been fouled, and it's okay to continue. He's also scored 2 goals and provided 1 assist in the Ghana League. And that's the foul there committed on Patrick Razak by Sidibe Ibrahima, Atenga, and Zubchum. Now he's coming to start take out the position of Gideon Waja. Patrick Razak want to cut into the right, and again cut back again. Too many touches on the ball in the 18-yard box, giving you nothing. Ampia. Lomote. About 5 Ghanaian players in the penalty box over at the Gambia. Ampia doing so well to keep out the ball. Ball to the 18-yard box there, Thomas Sabe. Just couldn't get the connection right. But again, lots and lots of anticipation. Maybe for him, he's I don't know what to do, and he has missed his chance.
And look at the defence, the Gambian defence. Red shirts everywhere. Absolutely pulled them back. They've almost built a wall on the 6-yard line. And what they're doing there is saying, try and get it through us if you can. And so the ball's got to be delivered quicker. Otherwise, they're going to be so full of red shirts. 4 or 5 white shirts. Nice to see that. But at this moment, they're defending very, very deep.
Well, Gambia makes a substitution, and so Van Sane is out for Ture Sekou. There's a midfielder. Like for like replacement. Well, the Ghanaians desperately looking to get a goal, but that has not been well prepared for them. The Gambians have done an incredible job to keep their defense pretty well stabilized, and Patrick Razak again, well, cutting to nobody. The Gambia is trying to get the ball out of the danger zone, and still going up, piling pressure upon pressure. Yet nothing comes out. Just thinking they're not ready for the penalty shootout. They don't want to go there. It could go either way. Ghanaians will be disappointed if Ghana is kicked out of the competition as early as the first game. Just wondering how that will pan out for Maxwell Konedu. Well, he needs something, and needs a little bit of reply there from the players. It's yet to come in from those he trusted, and perhaps he's thrown them into the game to provide what he needs. Again, great interception there from Amos Frimpong. Patrick Razak, lovely. Kizito. And goes out there to bring down Sila Jibril. Zambia won. Looking at this man, Kwame Kizito, should have scored when he had the opportunity with a lovely cross deep inside the 18-yard box of the Gambia in the first half. It appears Gambia coming out with a substitution here. Jaju Yakubu is being thrown into the game to take on Jibril Silla. With a 15-minute plus stoppage time left to play for here at the Cape Coast Stadium. Felix Sado here, looking forward to break, and well, Kwame Kizito, there's nobody out there to link up with Kwame Kizito. We're looking forward to getting Felix Sado involved. Patrick Razak, there's nobody again for Patrick Razak, but he's trying to do his best to hold up play, and well blocked by Patrick Razak, bringing a bit of an excitement into the play of Ghana.
What they were doing there was interesting. You were calling for them to come forward, and when they did come forward, they just held back probably about 20 metres behind that red line.
Corner kick taking, headed down. Ghana with opportunity here. Oh, that is absolutely amazing on the part of the Ghanaians, and Vincent Atinga just couldn't have had the ball dip towards the goalkeeper. Just look at it again. He was just given opportunity. There were just 3 wide shot.
He's open over there, although in fact the man keeps him, number 15 on the line, actually keeps him 3 of them on side, and that was just so easy. Whoa.
Wasn't given a pass to his teammate to connect for the goal. He could have done it on himself, maybe trying not to be selfish.
I believe you. But that is a waste again. We're seeing so many now. Ghana are going to rue this. I hope they don't. I hope they don't.
Well, the fans really would want to come and watch Ghana again. Maybe not ready to go down easily in this competition. Felix Sado drops deep to pick up the ball, and he gives it away cheaply. The Ghanaians trying their best to get the ball deep inside the half of the Gambians, and that's not working. Kizito has completely been marked out. There's going to be a substitution there for the Ghanaians as well, with Steven Safo, recruit Chelsea striker, coming in. He scored 13 goals in the Ghanaian league. Izito out for Steven Safo. He's a very strong player, Steven Safo, and a goal poacher as well when he gets the chance, and he obviously would love to score.
Number 13, is replaced by player number
Masabi.
15, Safo Stephen Kojo.
Encore un changement côté ghanéen. Le 13 sort de place 15.
Looking forward to showing that at least the Ghanaians are able to get a lot of the balls just behind the back four of the Gambia. That hasn't really worked out. The long balls have not worked out because the Gambians are taller than the Ghanaians. And yet again, the passing movement has been very disappointing. Question marks all over. Look at that. The break is so swift. And yet Gambia is unable to gamble well when they have opportunity to push forward. As a throw, Safo for control on his part. And Gambia can take this opportunity straight to the half of the Ghanaians. Oh, lovely here. And the referee whistles for infringement, and that goes against Ghana.
Yeah, he certainly, I think he's conned the referee a little bit here, but it's a very nice con because Jaru has just come on and he's now decided he's going to play his back with his back to the defender, and the defender just gets too close to him, so he backs into him, turns the ball on as if he's really passing, making a pass, making an effort, and unfortunately he gives away a free kick, does the central defender, and this could be problematic. This boy can hit a ball.
Well, that will be a huge nightmare there for the Ghanaians if this ball should hit the back of the net. That's a moment where you have your heart in your mouth looking at what will happen here. And again, this is actually unproductive, Barry. Maybe not what you expected from this man, Toure.
I certainly didn't. I must be honest. I thought he was going to just put his foot through it, because at this moment, that's what it needs. It needs either a ricochet or it needs the outside edge of one of the walls being defended. But that was nothing. It was never going to get there. That pace to beat the goalkeeper, who has got a clean sheet for 11 clean sheets
in
out of
80 games.
Absolutely. I mean, come on, he's a keeper of class.
Well, a lot of our responsibilities will be on him if the game should end goalless, and of course he needs to prove his point. But I have been absolutely impressed with the Gambians. They're simply a very disciplined side. They have come into the game with a well set up plan. They have really been able to push the centre forwards of Ghana out of the game, and they really would always go back and defend. How many of them do you have just inside their own penalty area? And Faye really doing a great job to get the centre forwards of Ghana not in the game at all. 10 minutes to go plus stoppage time and still goalless.
Faye's had a good game, hasn't he? He's really done well. He's gone with the runners. He's been one of the men that's been standing there against Addo when he was on, Kazitso when he was on. They've really done well, in my opinion, and that's a wasted opportunity once again for Ghana.
I'm not too sure they bargained for this, the Ghanaians, against the Gambia. We're looking forward to just whitewashing them, perhaps. That's not the story. There are no minnows in African football anymore. Everybody really learned the trade of playing good football. Indecision, part of the Ghanaians, and a lovely pass down the... a strike there from Park Job. Actually moved a little bit further deep inside the penalty area of the Ghanaians, maybe. Get a lot of space. Steven Safo will be sent out here to pick this one up quickly. Next up play with Thomas Awe. Safo Yet again, no connection on the Ghanaians, and that's disappointing. Samuel Safo has the ball back and nobody there to put onto it. An opportunity for the Gambia. Power Job invited. Atinga. Well, again, desperation on the part of the Ghanaians. Deep inside their own penalty area. Well, maybe indecision on the part of Gambia as well. Ture Sekou failing to deal with it. Long ball towards Patrick Razak. Picked it up beautiful. Beautifully trying to get the balls back in, and Patrick Razak is still going strong. This could be boring sometimes when you're just watching this one here. On the far side, you expect to see something exciting from this man since he came on. Maybe trying to explain some decisions there to his teammates.
Yeah, I was. In fact, I thought when he came on he would actually start moving things, because Waja was not doing what he was supposed to, link up, I think, with Lotome and Tu. And unfortunately that didn't happen, and Razak's come on, and I thought maybe him and Abe might well have been the two players that could have started a little bit of chaos in the middle of the field, which is what we needed. And he's not been controlling the ball as well as I thought he would do. But all in all, I think this has been a much more exciting second half of this match. It could have gone either way, and I'm sure all Ghanaians present, and there are a lot of them now coming into the stadium and enjoying the shade, because the shade is where they want to be sitting. It's absolutely chock-a-block on the main grandstand, and they're not going to get out there in the sun, which is about 28, 29 degrees Celsius at this moment, and that is hot out there.
Definitely. But Barry, let me ask, did you really anticipate this game going down the wire after 83 minutes, almost 84 minutes, and nobody's been able to register a goal?
No, if I'm a Ghanaian fan at this moment, so you know my history goes back a long time with Ghana. If I'm a Ghanaian fan at this moment, I'd be terribly disappointed we're not 1 or 2 up at least. And so I'm worried that at this moment, I'd be worried that these misses are going to come back to haunt me, and that's my problem. I don't think the Gambia has been good enough to score. I think they've been very good in defence. I think they've been solid, they've been strong, and in the midfield they've won the ball. They've gone into tackles very hard. But at the end of the day, I would be very sad if I'm a Ghanaian supporter and I'm going to rue those misses. It worries me, Ben, it really does.
Definitely, but again, a chance for the Ghanaians to make amends, perhaps, if they should take real look at this opportunity that they have for being presented to them. They have a lot of white shirts in the box together with the red ones complementing each other. And a lot of space there, like you're just looking at what will happen and how the ball will be whipped into the far side, because that is where sometimes the opportunities come in here. Fans shouting for a goal. Squared. And again, that's a horrendous pass there to one of the best of decisions, maybe. And Felix has been just an incredible player. Yet again, Gambia would do a great job to get the ball out. It is Sekou. Taju invited. Kept in play beautifully by Amos Frimpong. Trying to go with the long balls. And Bae has been a real solid at the back of the Gambian defence. There's a no-nonsense centre-back there for the Gambians, not giving the Ghanaian centre-forwards an opportunity at all. Never. You would have to sweat if you want to go back. Atinga with a head opportunity for Ghana. And yet again miss Samuel Safo. Where Stephen Safo actually coming in with that overhead kick. Another opportunity going wayward. But that he had Bae just behind him. Well, lovely. Maybe if you need a shade to get away from the sun, you could just go buy yourself one. As a tune with this free kick. Ghana with a chance. Safa goes to ground. Scrabbling. Somewhere, somehow, the ball refuses to enter the net, and that means that a corner kick would have to come in for Ghana.
That ball was ricocheting everywhere, wasn't it? No one could bring it under control, but once again, we've had this happening now, and the ball goes over the little flick. There was not much he could do there. This is the one. Now, what was the pushing being done there? I don't know. Referee says no, let's have a corner, and nothing comes from that either.
Well, what a story.
What do we had here, Ben? If you look at it, 5th minute of the game, we had a ball in the back of the net, deemed to be a push by Kaziso on the defender. Then on the 36th minute, Kaziso header went over the top, should never have happened. We had a free kick, or not, a ball that came in, long run from Touma, a great delivery of a ball to Kaziso again, 38th minute, over the top. So 3 good opportunities, let's say 2 because one was a foul, but then we have, in the second half, we've hit the bar, we've had a header by Atinga, and now we've had Safu, who's also overhead kick.
Yeah.
Hey, come on, the 6 attempts, and I can't read an attempt yet in my notes of one from the Gambia. So, come on, 6 attempts and nothing, and no attempts, well, obviously nothing, but you know where I'm coming from. It's going to be a disappointment. Oh, my word, it's going to be a disappointment for Ghanaian fans if you end up losing this on penalties. This will be a tragic episode for Ghanaian football.
Fire shown a yellow card for time wasting. Lovely, an opportunity for the Gambia, and Josefado quietly, calmly deals with it beautifully. Just look at the clock time, not on the side of Ghanaians. They just need to get a goal. They can't afford to go down on penalty shootouts with the Gambia. They didn't gamble for this one. No, never did.
No, I must admit, it's I'm watching the faces of the people around me, the spectators, and believe you me, looking a little glum, to say the least. They are looking a little glum.
They should be, because you have a team losing or failing to qualify for the CHAN competition, and then hosting the WAFU to the first game against the Gambia. 89 minutes, almost 90 minutes, no goal. Well, there's a worrying situation. But that's the man who really has played so well. He had plenty of the ball in front of the opposition half and nothing to show for it.
Yeah, you're right. Addo and Tum have been the 2 players I've really rated in the Ghanaian side. I really have. I thought they played their hearts out. The only problem being is that, in my opinion, is that they've ended up with not combining as well as I thought they would in the midfield in the second half. I thought the coach would have brought them in, said to them, stay there, do this, and now we've got 5 minutes. 5 minutes of added time, and this is 5 minutes away from that dreaded moment. Well, it could be 5 minutes of blessing or hell, depending on how you take it. And so I'm expecting maybe whoever gets the opportunity to look at it positively. You look at what the chance you have and how you have no extra time, straight into penalties, and that is what the rules set out for this competition. It's Ghana, Gambia, goalless. We are into extra time. No extra time for you, because this is added on time we have. Amos Frimpong, not seeing much of his play in terms of joining the attack from the defending point of view. He stayed in his own area, and again another injury concern to the Gambia Sidibe. I don't think it's an injury concern. I think it's a concern to the timekeeper, because what he's actually doing is deciding a lay down now, because he wants to get the penalties. Because actually the Gambia do not look as if they're going to score. However, Ghana have put a lot of pressure on in the last 15-20 minutes, and I think that's a good idea. Slow the game down. Let's slow it down, and I'd be doing the same if I was the Gambia.
Definitely, but again, you have to ask questions, because you don't know how they really would set themselves up for the penalty shootout and who is good for them to take it. Yet again, and he can lay his bed and decide to relax a little bit. And that's exactly what he's done, because he knows he's into added on time. But I think I have to give credit to Masisi, the Gambian coach. He's done a great job. He set the team pretty well. They have had to frustrate the Ghanaians in this particular game, and that's a foul there on the goalkeeper. And now he decides to enjoy some bit of opportunity.
I always look at those things. I've got a lot of friends who are goalkeepers, and I've been pretty aggressive myself in my playing days, and I can never understand how a goalkeeper comes out. He's well over nearly 2 meters tall.
Yeah.
Put his arms up above his head. He's going to be 2.5 meters up, and he comes up over the top of a player who's standing on the ground, I might add, comes up over the top of the player, grabs the ball, and then it's a foul on the goalkeeper. Well, he ran out to get the ball. The fella was standing with his back to the keeper. He doesn't even see the keeper coming, and it's a foul. I can never understand that.
But that's the decision that has just been taken. And now he decided to take some bit of time, and he should be a worried person. It happens just a minute and some seconds to go for this game, and we're going straight into penalties. And well, this is not what most of the fans who are watching this game came to see. They were looking forward to a solid victory for Ghana against the Gambia. It was a team that came into the competition obviously looking to defend, and they did great defending, and that's how come the scoreline is still the same. Bit of a frustrating moment there for Ghana. As a Chum ball towards Patrick Razak. You have Steven Saffel in the penalty box of the Gambia. Yet again, there's nobody there to. He just has to deliver the ball deep inside the penalty box of the Gambia. Patrick Razak. You just can't drive your way over there because you're just being locked out. He's just trying to do the same. But again, another wasted effort. Well, the Gambia will be proud of themselves. And look at the timing of the substitution there. There's a goalkeeper who perhaps is better at penalties for the Gambia.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, doesn't it? That's an old trick, isn't it? But end of the day, they better get him on, because you're actually in 94th minute, 95th minute right now, and now the ball's gone out. They've taken it quickly and thrown it in, keeping it in their play, and once again, the goalkeeper's not on. This is interesting.
Yeah.
He's got very limited time now to get on.
Well, again, you're looking at Drago Obakar. He needs to take a look at what's supposed to happen. Patrick Razak was trying to get onto the ball, and the fans looking forward to this ball, and the goalkeeper just looked down. Opportunity for Ghana. Felix Sado couldn't got into it. Thomas Sabe driving this one in, and a penalty to Ghana. Well, it is a handball according to Drago Obakar, and the Gambians are not happy at all.
We can't have this. Referee's going to be strong. He's been strong to give a decision. Now he has to be really strong and send a couple of players off. You cannot manhandle a referee or an official. That is unacceptable.
Well, this is actually chaotic for the Gambians, because you have how many players walking onto the referee? Maybe trying to get onto a card, perhaps.
I would suggest he's lucky to be yellow. Very lucky to be yellow.
But that's actually unprofessional part of the Gambians, especially
totally.
so. And the goalkeeper is the captain on the side, and he's supposed to take responsibility. And a yellow card will be flashed to him.
No, I'm actually very disappointed with the ending of this particular match. We don't know, of course, what will happen to this penalty, but I am absolutely incensed by players' behaviour like this. Unacceptable. The referee kept his calm. He gave a decision, a very brave decision. right at the last minute for the home team to be given a penalty. Let's have a look at it, because it's a handball out here somewhere.
Well, it was missed here by Felix. Tomasavic tried. This was it.
This is it now. Yes, there it is. Arm out. It is definitely ball to harm, but at the end of the day, his arm is trying to make a bigger object to try and stop the defender ball coming by. Very brave decision by the referee. Very brave.
Well, there'll be a lot of argument in the stands, and of course for the Gambians, exactly what they think of the decision there from the referee. I'm looking forward to what happening, and they now decide to throw in the goalkeeper. Good decision from the Gambians. What do you think, Barry?
Well, it's an interesting one if they do. Very interesting if they do, because it doesn't look like Job wants to come off, to be honest with you, but let's wait and see what the decision is. No, he's going to stay there, and it looks as though it's going to be Attinger. Is it Attinger going to take it?
He is the one going to take it. He's had 5 penalties in the Ghanaian League. He scored all. He's the penalty expert there for Accra Hearts of Oak in the Ghanaian League. And he is the man to take this responsibility, Vincent Attinger. Just looking at what he'll be able to bring on the table. 98 minutes. Job Modu, can he stop Vincent Attinger to send Ghana through the next round of the competition here? It has been really nerve-wrenching game. Vincent Attinger, and Attinger calmly slot the ball home for a first goal of the WAFU tournament. And this will be a happy moment and a happy ending there for the Ghanaians. He has scored all the penalties he's taken in the Ghanaian League, and when you add this one, it makes it 6 for himself as a player. Well, there'll be time to say, well done, gentlemen.
Attinger, I've never seen a calmer penalty for a long, long time. Watch this. Oh, that is calm. That is so calm after all the action that took place and the arrogance of the intimidation of the Gambian side. That is a well-taken penalty. All the time he had to wait to compose himself to actually take that penalty. Well done to him.
And sometimes when you have your temper so high and you're not able to compose yourself, that's a time when you miss some opportunities though. But Attinger has really been a real warrior at the heart of defense for Ghana, and of course for his club Accra Hearts of Oak. Ghana 1, Gambia 0. And that's harder to sleep it. Well, it's Lomote. All the minutes wasted by the Gambians trying to convince the referee to change his mind. Well, it came to nothing, and they still have to go on with the game, won't they?
Well, you got your money's worth, haven't you, in this second half? 100 minutes of football, or if not all football, a lot of action.
Definitely.
And it's certainly been a lot of intimidation to the referee, and I'm sure that's going to explode after the match because they won't be happy. But the Gambians have actually, at the end of the day, now lost the first encounter of the WAFU Cup of Nations.
Well, so that has been a huge excitement. Then you have lots and lots of the Gambian players disappointed, and of course they will be joined by some of their technical members also going, I don't know exactly what they want to do to the referee though, but again, that's a hugely disappointing situation there for the Gambians. But for the Ghanaians, they wouldn't really care much about it. They have had the 3 points and they're moving on to the next stage of the competition, but this is not what, Barry, we expected from the Gambians. But again, it is a disappointing scenario, isn't it?
It is. It's a very disappointing ending to what was a really good challenging match. There was no doubt the Ghanaians had the best of the second half. They had the best of the matches, of the match rather. They missed a lot of opportunities. There were no opportunities really for the Gambia, and disappointment for them because they obviously set themselves up well. They had a good defence, they had a good way of defending, and you have to say to Omar Cissé, he brought a team here to challenge. When I say challenge, to challenge the offensive attitude of Ghana against their defensive attitude. And the defensive side for most of the game actually won, if you think about it. It was just the fact that the Ghanaians could not get the ball in the back of the net. But you know, Gambia should be, apart from the last 10 minutes, they should have been very proud of their way they performed, the way they came into the tournament. They came in prepared to give the host nations a bit of a scene to, and by goodness me, they nearly did.
They definitely did, and I can really understand the emotions put in by goalkeeper Joe Modo. He is in tears. He gave his all to the game. He helped his side to keep the game at 0-0 at about 95th minute. It was still goalless until a decision was given to the Ghanaians, and Vincent Atinga calmly and expertly planted the ball beyond the reach of goalkeeper Modu for the goal. And then as Spain, or perhaps seeing the Ghanaians moving to the next stage of the competition, but again, they need to come back maybe next time. It finished Ghana 1, Gambia 0.